Right, welcome to the channel. So you read from the title, I've got an update on the louvers. I've also got a pretty major part that's just come in, which I said I was going to buy, which is a bit irritating really, because I was like, yes, I've done with my conservatory, it's all free, epic! Sunroom for you people in the States. And then this new part came in, which is I had a whole mission with anyway, which I'm going to get to in this video. I'll explain why. This part should have been in weeks and weeks and weeks ago, but let's show you the completed louvers. So I've got some outside, which are actually on the car. I've mounted them. I won't talk out there because it's really windy, it's really wet, but I'll just show you the finish. But first, we'll show you the rear louver, and I'll talk you through what's good and what's bad about it. So here's a little tease for what's, little tease. Oh, anyway, so here we go. This, you can see straight away. Well, I'm going to tell you about that in a second. But this is the finish. I've repainted it myself. I've sanded it down. I've buffed it. I've resprayed it. I've clear coated it. Everything. I am 98% happy with it. The finish itself, all across here, I really like. This, I don't like. Obviously, this was a paint reaction, which I tried to sort out, and I failed miserably. And I've been repainting this for about a whole week. It's been a long time. I've had multiple goes at respraying this, and this is the best overall finish with everything. So you can see there was another slight paint reaction there. Now I am going to leave this. I'm not happy with it. I don't like it. Okay, this is terrible, but I am going to leave it. And the only reason is I've spent way too long on this to then redo it again. So I'm going to leave it for a little while, and I'll come back to it in a few months. But the overall finish, I'm really proud of. Like I am genuinely proud of this. Like I say, 98% happy. And I'm sure you'll agree. Like there's no orange peel. This is just texture from the plastic. But overall, it's come out bang on. I'm really happy with it. I'm going to flip it over in a second. I'm going to show you what I did to the underside, because I did reinforce it and I did respray it. I've only just released that previous video, but again, I'm filming these. I'm filming them in advance, and I'm also doing the work ahead of myself because it's so expensive and it's so time consuming that I'm just cracking on and I'm actually filming as I go along. So I'll flip it over and I'll show you. Right, okay, it doesn't look good, right? Let's get that out of the way. It doesn't look good, does it, right? Let's not beat around the bush, it looks stupid. But I've reinforced it. Okay, a lot of people were like, don't do it, you shouldn't do it, Mr. H, blah, blah, blah. And like, I get that, I understand, but I wouldn't have been happy if I didn't reinforce it. Now, it has actually added some rigidity. Now, they still vibrate and they still move, okay? Someone did point out that this should have had a dowling rod through it because it's a vibrating part. This actually doesn't vibrate, this bit here. It's actually pretty solid. So, and then a lot of people were saying that you needed to sand it down to put the resin on and things like that. And I will agree to a certain point. It probably should have been sanded down and roughed up a little bit. I did actually rough it up a little bit, but the plastic is rough anyway. So this is. I mean, it stayed pretty bang on. And again, I'm not an expert. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just having a go. I'm just having fun. I've obviously coated it with black and a bit of clear coat just to lock the colour in. And the only reason I did that, you see my fingerprints there. The only reason I did this, I sprayed it down, is because you will see this from the inside, only vaguely. You won't see the fibre. You won't see any of this crap. But if it was white, which it was, then it would have looked like garbage. So yeah, we didn't want to do that. So I gave it a spray down, but I'm actually really happy with it. Again, 98% happy with it. It's just that one panel, which is really shit, and I'm really displeased with. I'm going to be weatherproofing it, I guess, for the rattle, the vibration, so I need to get rid of all of this. So I'm going to be doing that again and then mounting it. But let's show you the other louvers, because I'm much happier with those finish. And also how they colour match to the car, so I'll show you them now. And now we'll show you this. This is the Sabon Carbon. There you go. I mean, there's not really much to show you, to be honest. It's a giant carbon fiber boot lid. Now, I said I was going to do this. I said I was going to do this a long time ago, actually. This has been ordered for a really, really long time. Reason why, on the OEM one, it comes with boot holes for a wing which sits, an OEM wing which sits over here. Obviously, this is the rear brake light. And you can't get around that with buying another OEM boot. And I don't really trust anyone to weld it, to finish it, to repaint it. And realistically, the amount of hassle that it takes to do all of that, plus, ensuring that it is actually a good finish, being without the car for so long, it's my only car currently, then it's just not worth it, and I might as well buy a replacement. The cost of time, finish, hassle, stress, etc. This is a much more valuable. The value in buying this is better for me. It's super lightweight as well. It's a beautiful piece of kit. This, don't worry about this, it's not actually damaged or anything like that. This is because I picked it up earlier. I did pick it up without any rings on, okay, so calm down. I know how to handle carbon fiber. I love this. I couldn't be any happier with this product, but it has been a bit of a nightmare, which I'm going to tell you about in a second, but it's been a total joke. So this is scheduled in for glass removal from my OEM boot hatch, which I'll be chucking in there, and then, well, the OEM, the glass will go in here, and then I will be drilling into this, which I don't really want to do, but I have to. I will drill into this to install the carbon fiber wing. But I'm happy with this. I like it. I think it's great. I can't wait to get a few more carbon fiber bits and pieces. But there you go. There's a brief update. But now, let's tell you the story of why this has been such a pain in the arse. Right, so, why has this been such a pain in the arse, eh? Why was it such a ball ache? Well, it should have arrived a long time ago. And why didn't it arrive? Well, I ordered it. I ordered it from Sabon Carbon, which is the only guys in the UK that do the distribution, right? So it's the only way to buy it. Buy it online. And then it's supposed to get shipped in. Now, it got to like 4 weeks. Bearing in mind, you parted with a lot of money. It got to like 4 weeks, didn't have any update. And I was like, this is a bit odd. So I sent them a few emails. They ignored the emails, which I was like, this is even more annoying. And then from there, they eventually replied saying, oh, it's being delivered tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, I've got to make sure I'm available now. What the hell's going on here? This is really bad service. When you're dropping a lot of money on a part, you expect a little bit better service. I wouldn't mind if it was like a 99p thing, but because it's so expensive, you want to ensure that you're there to collect it. And I don't think that's much to ask. I think I'm happy to wait for something as long as I know what's going on, and you get a somewhat better service. So anyway, that all happened, and then it was sent to the wrong address. Twice, in fact, because they put the wrong address down. So that was not good by any stretch of the imagination. That's really, really, really bad service. And trying to rectify all of that, trying to discuss it with them was appalling. It was just real, real bad, basically. It wasn't very good. I'm not going to crap on them too much, and I'm not going to call out who they are or anything like that. There's not really any point. But I would just say, hopefully, if you're in the UK and you order Sabon, that you get better service than I did, because it was real, real bad. I think it was just a fluke. Hopefully it was just a fluke, because the wing, when I ordered the wing, it was fine. And I will order from them again. But if they mess that up, then I will obviously tell you all who it is and all of that kind of stuff, I guess. But there you go. Oh, and then TNT, who's the courier service, which is like FedEx, TNT, same company. Or conglomerate, whatever. They then said, yeah, we'll deliver it on a Saturday, because I took 2 days off work to wait in for it, and never arrived. And then it never arrived on a Saturday. And then today, I see a TNT truck, and I'm like, is that for me? But it's not for me. It wasn't for me. But I ran out, and I was like, dude, are you the guy that normally does this round? And they were like, yeah. I was like, do you have a really big package on there for this address? It was like, yeah. I was like, that's mine. Can I please have it? And that's the only way I've managed to get it. But really, really happy with it. Me and Nick are going to be installing the boot hatch ourselves. Nick is my friend. He's been on the channel before. And then we'll be drilling into it don't want to drill into it, but I need to. Drill into it for the wing, for the spoiler. So that will go on as well. So next video you see should actually be. I want to get some new tyres. My 370Z goes through rear tyres every 6 to 8 months. I think it's not really good. But I got some Toyo Proxies coming. Toyo Proxy Sport. So they might be better. So I'm gonna do a video on that. Show you that kind of process, I guess. Also tell you all where I get my tyres from, because for four tyres for a Nissan 370Z, these are wide tyres. The rears are 275, the fronts are like 245. So big tyres, a lot of meat for stock. For 4 of them fitted, it was only £550, which is dirt cheap. I'm not trying to flex. I'm actually trying to help you if you're in the UK to get really, really cheap tyres. So I'll do a video on all of that as well and tell you where to get them from, because it's dirt cheap, highly recommended. It's where I've always been getting my tyres from. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this brief little update. Let me know what you think about the finish to the louvers. Again, remember that middle panel on the rear louver, it is going to be redone, I promise you. I've literally spent accumulatively about a week doing it now, and I cannot be bothered to do any more. Also, it's really expensive buying this automotive paint. It's a pain in the arse. So I'm going to leave it for a little bit, and then I'm going to come back to it with fresh eyes. Because you know, when you've done it one too many times, you just can't be bothered. So that's what's happened there. But I will redo it, because the rest of it's perfect. It's just that one panel's dog shit. So I will redo it. But let me know what you think of the finish. That was me doing it in my conservatory, and I think it's better than what that paint guy did. So let me know your thoughts. Anyway, thank you so much for following this 370Z journey. I do have a video update on the Subaru coming soon. A lot of people keep asking me about it. I've sold it. I'm just going to say it from the top. I have been telling people, but I will explain why. It's not because it's a money pit, but I'll explain why. It's gone, and I'll explain it in another video. But thank you so much. Take care.